On today's video, I'm going to have a discussion with you on how you can use trend lines to make money in the stock market. This is a very important concept right now because the markets are going down. There is a trend reversal that is happening. And again, this trend will reverse. So when the stock starts turning green, you can use the concepts that I'm teaching out on this video and make insane amount of money in the stock market. So with that said, what I'm going to cover today on today's video is, so what are trend lines, how to draw trend lines, how to build channels, how to trade between different channels to make money, what is a real breakout, what is a fake breakout. So I will cover all these technical indicators and parameters for you. So press the like button and we will get the video started. Also a very quick shout out to our sponsors for today, which is StockGro. It is a trading and investment learning platform where you can experience live markets in a risk-free manner. As users, you get virtual cash and you can buy and sell stocks and win cash rewards by participating in trading competitions. You can learn about stock market investing in a gamified manner. So check the links in the description box, use it to avail free credits. So let's get the video started, and first and foremost, let me comment on what trend lines are and why are they so important and what you can do with it. So for this, let me take you to my screen and let me pick a real example of Hindustan Unilever, which is one of my favorite stocks. So I'll pick that up, and here you can see that I have drawn two lines, right? So this is line number 1 and this is line number 2. Now these indicates certain trends. Now you can see that how did I draw this trend line? So I just created a line touching all these different points and I extended it. And this is a resistance trend line, right? Why is it a resistance trend line? Because every time the stock moves, it touches, it goes back, it touches, it goes back, it touches, it goes back, so on and so forth. And this is a support trend line, right? So I've connected these different points. Roughly this is also connected, this is also connected, and this is a support trend line. Right? Now trend lines can be of various ways. It can be drawn in different formats. There is no specific format of drawing a trend line. But here are a few key points that you must remember about a trend line and what it indicates. So trend line, as the name suggests, it indicates a trend, right? It indicates a trend. Now, what do I mean by indicating a trend? For example, if you analyze this line, you will see that the stock is making higher lows, right? So that's a trend, right? So this indicates a trend called as higher lows. So this is a trend, and this is what this particular trend line 1 indicates. So this is what a trend line means. In simple words, trend line indicates a certain trend. Here the trend being that the stocks is making higher lows. Now comes a very important question that Akshat, can you talk about how to draw a trend line? What is a correct trend line versus not? So you can go on TradingView, and here there's a tool called as trend line. So you just literally pick it up and then you start connecting the dots. For example, I see a certain trend which is growing here. So I'll pick my first dot here, I'll connect this and then I'll extend this, right? So I've connected this and I've extended this. So this is another trend. Now, is there a specific duration for this trend is applicable versus not? No. Now trend lines are not written in stones. It's not as if that there is a hard and fast rule of drawing a particular trend line that it can only be drawn in this way. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 and that is what exactly the trend line is. No, absolutely not. There can be multiple ways in which you can draw a trend. Trend simply means that you take a time frame. You decide whatever that time frame is. You see a trend, you draw it, you extend it. That is what a trend line would mean. It is an indicator. It simply tells you that, hey, this is how the stock has been behaving in the time frame or time period you have decided. So that is the simple concept of trend line. A more important concept is to understand the concept of channel, right? So channel simply means that you pick a certain time frame. So I have picked the time frame from, let's say, somewhere around in July, right? So you can see July here. Now this trend is up until December, right? So I'm sitting in end of December. So this trend starts from July of 2021 to December, right? So this is a time period that I'm picking. Now, how is this channel behaving during this particular period of time? Now, this is a very strong resistance trend line. And this is a very strong support trend line. Now, why am I saying strong support and strong resistance? Now, there are weak trend lines and strong trend lines. Now, a weak trend line would be something like this, right? So it has a very sharp slope, right? Usually more than 45 degrees, right? So that's an indicator of a weak trend line. It will not have, I'm not saying have, I'm saying not have multiple touch points, right? multiple touch points. So here you can see that there are multiple touch points, both on support trend line and both on resistance trend line. Therefore, this is a very strong channel, right? So I hope you get the concept of what a channel is, what a trend line is, what is the utility of it. The utility of both support trend lines and resistance trend line and channels is very simple, that it just allows you to see where the stock is moving, how it has behaved recently, and probably it will continue to follow this trend and channel. Now, before I take you through how you can make money by trading trend lines, let me also give a couple of more examples. So this entire concept of trend lines and channels is clear. So let us go to HDFC Life Insurance stock and let us draw a support and resistance trend line. So this is what? This is a resistance trend line, and this is a support trend line, right? And we are drawing it from the period where, right? From here, roughly November of 2020, right, till now. So this is roughly a 13-14 month period we are looking at, right? Now, is this a strong trend line? The answer seems to be yes. Why? Because the gradient is pretty smooth, multiple touch points on the support trend line, and again, multiple touch points on the resistance trend line, right? So therefore, this entire channel is a fairly strong channel, okay? I hope this point is clear. This is the second example that I have shown you. Now, let me talk about one final concept before I start teaching you money making techniques from it. Now, there is a concept called as multiple channels and multiple trend lines. So let me use different colors. So you can see here that this is a channel that I've drawn, right? This is a trend line that I drew. And this is a channel. This is the main channel, right? So I will mark it as main channel, right? Channel, okay. Now, there is a peripheral channel also, or a secondary channel, right? And here you can see that this is another channel. This is another channel, okay. So here there are two channels, channel 1 and channel 2. They each have their own support and resistance zones, and they have different trend lines. So I hope this concept is very clear, and let me just do a very quick commentary on this so that this becomes clearer. Now what is happening is that this is your main line, right, or main, and this is your main resistance line. Now here what happened was that there was a breakout that was given here, and then the stock changed its trend, right? So there was a change of trend that happened, right? This led to creating of another trend. Now, why is this important? Because you might have heard of the phrase that, you know what, the stock has undergone a trend reversal, or a stock has given a breakout, or a stock has broken down. So all these are what? These are just indicators that the trend lines have changed. So I hope this concept is clear, that a stock can have multiple trend lines, it can have multiple channels, and it indicates certain things. So this brings us to the second part of the video, where we will speak about that how you can use trend lines and channels to make money. And for this, you need to understand the difference between real breakout and fake breakout. Easiest way for me to explain this is by taking you through a couple of examples. Okay, so example 1, let's go back to our HUL stock. And in order to identify real breakout and fake breakout, you need to use the volume tab, right? So here, if you click on functions and if you go to the volume tab, you will be able to integrate that into the mix, right? And if you zoom it, you will be able to see the volume bar also. So let us first understand what is a real breakout, right? So real breakout simply means that it has broken apart from this channel. What channel am I talking about? Let me just color it up once more, right? So this is the yellow channel that I'm speaking about. This is the main channel, and the stock has broken out of this channel and has given a run up. So this is called as breakout because the stock gave like significant returns once it broke through this channel. Similarly, a stock can break down also, and here is where the stock is breaking down. So I hope this simple concept is clear. Now, many a times what would happen is that you will see a fake breakout, right? For example, you will see that, okay, hey, you know, this green candle is moving up. It will break this channel and it will go to new heights, and I will just buy it here. I will sell it here, right? This is my buying point and this is my selling point, and I'll make this difference of money in a very short manner. This sounds super exciting. But what ends up happening is that in terms of a fake breakout, the stock gives a little bit of run up, then it falls more, right? So you would have bought something here and now you're forced to sell it here, right? Many a times we panic and we sell it and we sit on a loss. So how to avoid it? That is where the concept of identifying real breakout with a fake breakout comes into the picture. So super easy to do it, right? So there are a few key things that you must understand. First is the type of candle that is there, right? you need to keep an eye on that. Second, you need to keep an eye on the volume, right? These are two very important parameters that you must keep in mind. Now, are these guaranteed techniques that if you take a look at type of candle and volume, 100% you can identify a real breakout from a fake breakout? No, absolutely not. You must append this. You must append it with third point, which is fundamentals, right? Fundamentals and market conditions. Right now, this is beyond the scope of this video. This is very difficult for me to teach on such a short video, but at least if I teach you the first 2 points, you will be able to trade better. So what do I mean by type of candles? So let me zoom out and let me show you the type of candle that has been formed here, right? So I'm zooming out and here you will see this particular candle. Now, what is this type of candle? If you have watched my technical analysis part 1, just comment in the description box below. I will also understand whether you are learning something from my videos or not. So this candle has very small wicks. Wicks means, again, you tell me what wicks means. You have to watch part 1 of the video. So this is a very strong X type of candle. You need to comment what that X is. So this is a very strong X type of a candle, and psychology behind this is that, hey, here there are very few people who are taking opposite positions, right? What do I mean by very few people taking opposite positions? So as you can see that this is a big green candle and literally everyone is buying a stock here, right? So everyone is a buyer here, almost everyone. How do I know it? Because this has very small wick. It has very, very minute wicks. So very few people are selling the stock here and a lot of people are buying the stock here. So this is considered to be a strong X type of candle. Again, you need to tell me what the name of this X is and comment below with your answer. In case you don't understand, go and watch my part 1 of technical analysis video. I've covered this type of candle there. So you're essentially looking for this type of a candle. And the second thing that you're looking for is increasing volume, right? So here you can clearly see that, hey, there is increasing volume. The volume has been going up for this stock consistently and it gave a real breakout. It broke the channel and then it made a new high. It literally reached at its top and then it broke down further. But you would have traded this particular range and you would have made a lot of money in the process. Now this technique is called as identifying a real breakout, right? This is what traders try to do all the time and this is how they make money. Now you would say, Akshat, okay, great, you have explained what a real breakout is. Can you also explain very quickly what a fake breakout is? Because I don't want to get trapped. So can you explain a little bit about fake breakouts? Okay, happy to do it, right? So here we are taking a look at HDFC Life Insurance. This is your resistance line. This is your support line. This is a very strong channel. And here you see a big candle, right? But you see a very big wick, right? Wick or wicks, whatever you call it, right? So this is a very big wick. What does this show? That here, not everyone is buying, right? There are a lot of people who are selling, right? This is what this candle shape indicates. When you see a very big wick and a very big body also, this wick size indicates that, hey, there are people who took this stock up until this point, then a lot of people sold it and the stock closed somewhere here, right? So this is what wick and body indicates, that there are a lot of sellers here as well, right? So this is a sign of a fake breakout. That's one. Second, you will not see any increasing volume per se. Volume was constant, that it increased a little bit, then next day it got cut, right? So this is not necessarily like increasing volume. The volume is very haphazard. So this is a sign of a fake breakout. Now, of course, you need to practice more. You need to identify more cases. I'm just giving you a framework so that you can practice. But I hope this technique is clear, that if you are able to identify the difference between real breakout and fake breakout, you can make a lot of money in the process. Now let me illustrate 2 more buying techniques that will make you super happy, and please press the like button if you like these techniques. The second technique that I would like to speak to you about is trading the channel. Now what does trading the channel means? Now you would say, Akshat, you explained about like fake breakout, real breakout, this breakout. It's like too messy. My head is getting complicated. So easy technique, please. Okay, so this is technique number 2, trading channels, trading the channels, right? Channels. This is super easy, right? So you identify a good channel, right? I explained what a good channel is. This is a good channel. You simply, whenever the stock hits here, hits here, hits here, hits here, you sell it. Whenever it hits here, here, you buy it, right? You will say, Akshat, how would we know that, it is hitting here or not? That is exactly why you draw a trend line, right? So you will be extending this trend line now because the stock is somewhere here, right? And this brings me to technique number 3, right? Technique number 3. This according to me is zone of bulk buying, ZOB. Okay. So zone of bulk buying means what? That hey, there was a very strong channel. It got broken. Ask yourself, why did it get broken? Because the entire market fell. Now, do you think that HUL will never return to this channel again? The answer is absolutely no. So therefore, this becomes a zone of bulk buying because this indicates a very strong channel from a technical viewpoint. The stock will 100% or almost 99.999% will come back to this channel again if it is a strong stock, and then it will start following this trend line hopefully again, right? So from that perspective, it makes a lot of sense to do bulk buying in this zone. The more it falls, the more you should buy. To what extent will it fall? Topic for another video. I'll probably make it if there's enough interest on this video. If you guys haven't liked it, please like it. It indicates to me that there is enough interest on this video. So 3 techniques that I taught you. Number 1, identifying fake breakout from real breakout. You make a lot of money. Second, trading the channel. This is one of my favorite techniques, and let me show you how many times you can make money from this, right? So for example, let's say that you start trading this from here. So you made 21% gain, right? In couple of months, then the stock fell here, right? So you will pick this up again. So you will buy this stock again roughly here. How much gain did you make again? 15% gain again. Then again here, right? That it almost touches this line. So if you would have purchased this, you would have again made roughly 11% gain here. And then there was a real breakout. So even if you missed real breakout, you would have made 21% plus 15% plus 10% gain within a matter of a few months. So if you add all this 21% plus 15, 36%, 47% gain you could have easily made from one stock by trading in a stock like HUL. If you like it, do comment. It will make me super happy. So from this perspective, all you simply need to know is the concept of trend lines, trading trend lines, drawing a strong channel and trading in that channel. So this is technique 2. And third technique that I talked about was zone of bulk buying, right? So this is where I'm buying a lot of HUL right now, and I will continue to buy it. I don't care to what extent it falls. Every time it falls, I'll buy even more. This is the reason why I say that, hey, you must learn how to make money. If you're making a lot of money, then you will always have cash to invest in the stock market. And you can take advantage of these type of opportunities as a retail investors. So when people say that, you know what, retail investors can only make like 10% because the mutual fund manager only makes like 12%, this, that, I'm showing you, right? And if you actually go back on several of my videos, I have said it that I used to trade channels for HUL. I've done extensively for that in the last 1.5 years. And this is exactly what I was talking about. So yes, you can make like 20, 30, 40% also depending on the market conditions. An average rate that you can easily make as a retail investor is roughly 15 to 20%. That is a very realistic number to assume. Now you would say, Akshat, okay, why is it that mutual fund managers then don't end up making like 30%, 40% on our money? That is a completely different conversation. I'll have it with you some other time. All right, so with that said, let me just quickly summarize everything. Right now is a great time to learn this technique so that you can start taking advantage of these techniques when the market starts showing upward moves. That's one. Second key thing, how would you practice it? Go on StockGro, download the app and start practicing it with virtual money, right? So you don't need to put even your real money. You just practice with virtual money and build up your skills. And then you can start taking actual positions in the actual market and make money out of it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up and I will see you the next time.